Okay guys, so tomorrow I am off on my next adventure, which as always I'm super excited about. Like, I cannot wait. It's the same every time I'm about to go on a new trip, on a new adventure. The day before I get super excited to the point where I'm almost like jumping at the bit and I want to go now. Like, I literally want to go now. So my bags are all ready and packed, like, you know, ready to go. Literally just get up in the morning, throw my stuff on and go out the door, and away I am. But this is the thing, guys. So as you can see, look at that sky. Look at that sky. The weather is beautiful. Now, as you all know, my last trip when I went to Sunderland and started making my way down the coast there, when I arrived in Sunderland it was nice. When I arrived in Sunderland the weather was like this. It was absolutely gorgeous and stunning like this. It was only on like towards the end of the second day where it turned bad. And this is what gets me so nervous. Like, I'm hoping and praying that when I go tomorrow that I have weather like this. Because the thing is, this past week or so since I've got back off my last trip, I haven't really done much. I haven't done much and I haven't really been anywhere. I went to Cleveland's with my dad. I went on a walk with my mum. But yeah, apart from that, I've not been anywhere. I've literally just stayed in. And I hate, more than anything, staying in when the weather's like this. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely hate it. But the problem is, like I say, I don't really live near anywhere nice. Although I've got a few countrysides nearby that I've been to a billion times. But I haven't really got anywhere I want to just go and relax. You know, like, I want to literally go and sit on the top of a cliff, looking at beautiful scenery, listening to the ocean. So I'm just so hoping and praying that when I get there tomorrow, you'll find out soon wherever I'm going. Like I say, I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Never been there before, and I'm just hoping and praying that the weather's like this. Even if it's like this for a week, even if it's like this for a week, that'll be a bonus. I can handle a bit of wind, I can handle a bit, you know, a bit of rain even there, you know, a little bit of dampness. But it's just when the rain gets constant, you know, when the rain becomes constant and it just doesn't ease up, and then it's all through the night, all through the day, that's when it really aggravates me, and that's what makes me want to think, right, I'm going home. And then when I go home and I'm stuck indoors, we get nice weather like this. So yeah, pray for me, guys. Pray for me that the weather will stay like this for at least another week or so whilst I enjoy the next part of my journey. It's way too early. It's way too early. I don't know why I set off this early, but it's it's because I'm too excited. I always get way too excited for these trips. I really do, and I set off way too early. But look at that. Look at the sun. Look at it. Look. It's like, we'll make the most of that whilst we've got it, because something tells me I won't have that for much longer. So while we've got this, I want to make the most of it. You know what I mean? And look, carrying way too much stuff as usual. Way too much stuff as usual, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'll get there eventually. You know what I mean? I literally will get there eventually. But it's only got my coat in it, so you know, instead of carrying bloody one of them shopping bags, it's literally got my coat in it. But it's not that heavy. It really isn't that heavy. It's like even my rucksack. My rucksack's not that heavy. It's just towards the end of the day when I've been walking all day, and obviously they start feeling like they're getting heavier and heavier. So even though there's nothing in it but my coat, you know, it is what it is. Because right now I don't think I'll need the coats, but I know I'm going to have to bring a coat, because I were in two minds whether even to bring a coat. So, but there you go. Let's get this adventure started. So I'm currently in Leeds, and for any of you who don't know, I used to live in Leeds. I used to live here for quite a few years, and that was a while back. That was a while back now. It's changed a lot. I must admit, every time I come to Leeds, it's changed quite a lot, including this building right behind me. You know, there's lots of new builds and whatnot. So yeah, I do like Leeds, I'm not gonna lie, I do quite like Leeds. However, I've just walked in here, literally just walked in the door up there, and as I'm walking in, I've got all this, obviously, my stuff, yeah, and the security guard, as I'm walking through the door, said, like, they were stood outside, and as I walked in, they followed me in. I wasn't filming or anything, and they've said, oh, you alright? You alright? And I'm just thinking, do I look like I don't belong in this building? Do I look like, with all this stuff, that I don't, and it's probably right, I probably don't belong in there, because most, you know, some of these newer builds, these shops, they look so extravagant, don't they, you know, and with things like John Lewis and all these usual high street overpriced shops. So yeah, it's probably right I don't belong in there. But yeah, he asked me if I'm alright as I walked in through the doors. Just had a quick walk around, and yeah, it's not for me, but right behind me is the Leeds Market. Leeds Market, which has always been there. That's always been the same. Nothing new about that, apart from indoors, the market bit, the indoor market, the food hall, you know what I mean, the up the main bit, the old bit is still the same, but as you walk through it down to the bottom into the food hall, that's quite new, and that's actually quite smart, to be honest with you. I think Leeds Market is one of the better markets that I know. You know, there's not a lot of these places now that have good old-fashioned markets that are quite good and quite enjoyable to walk around. So Leeds Market it's not that bad. But yeah, as I'm walking around, it definitely feels a lot more fresher, a lot more new, a lot more extravagant, a lot more new builds. You know, I'm just time wasting right now. I'm literally just walking around because I'm early, waiting for a coach to my next destination. So I'm just killing time wandering around at minute, but I'm not wandering too far away from the bus station, so I'm just gonna stay around here, around the market, and have a wander around, and then yeah, get my next coach to my next destination. And the weather's still nice. The weather is still nice, so hopefully this weather continues. I mean, yeah, look how extravagant this looks. Like, that's, as far as I know, one of the newer builds here. And if you take a look, typical scenario for a city, brand new, extravagant looking building right next to the old. This market has been here for God knows how long. This is in a very, very old building. Very old building. And yeah, this is the outdoor bit. And then obviously as you go through them doors, you go into the food court here. And yeah, right opposite, John Lewis and this looking building here. So which ones do you prefer, guys? Do you prefer the more expensive and newer builds like this one, or do you prefer the older builds like this one? I mean, yes, it does modernise cities, brings it into the 21st century, obviously, buildings like this, but it spoils the authenticness, is that the right word? The authenticity, that's the word I'm looking for, the authenticity of the older version of the city. So yeah. So this journey that I'm on, as you've seen from the previous clips, I arrived in Leeds at 11:30, and this bus wasn't due till 1 o'clock, just after 1 o'clock. So as you saw there in previous clips, I had to wander around Leeds just to kill some time, and I got back to the bus station at like 12:30, 1:15. Sat down, chilled out for a bit. This bus didn't come till 1:45, so it was like nearly an hour late, right? And it's now 4:30. It's it's now 4:30. I'm nearly, I think I've got about probably another hour to go. It's quite a long journey this. It's proper scenic. It's gone through York, it's gone through York and all that lot. And it just seems to be dragging on, because like when I've got the coaches in the past from like Manchester to London, that's like 6 hours. That's like a 6-hour journey, but most of it is just motorway. You know, it just the time flies by because it's just mostly motorway. Whereas this, it's like a 3.5, 4-hour journey. You know what I mean? Obviously, depending on the traffic, like I say, it already came nearly an hour late to pick us up from Leeds. So yeah, literally past few hours, it's just like I said, called through York, called through other little villages and whatnot. So I'm just literally dying to get there now, like literally dying to get there, because I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm not really much of a scenic person when I'm travelling. Like when I'm travelling, because I'm not so bad these days. I do get travel sick. If I'm going anywhere, I'd much rather go on motorways when I'm travelling. Usually in cars, if we go on the scenic route, you know, like down country roads and whatever, I do tend to get a bit travel sick. But I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. And the heat, it's hot, the weather's still gorgeous as well. So I'm just dying to get by the coast and just set up my tent, chill out and just enjoy what left of this sunshine that we've got along the coastline. I mean, seriously, look at this. There's nothing for miles around. Absolutely nothing. Now we've come out of York and come out of the cities and whatnot, nothing for miles around. Absolutely. Fields amongst fields that I could potentially be walking down. See, this is the other thing. This is why I hit the coast. You know what I mean? I like to be by the coast, because can you imagine walking through all of that? All of that. Literally just green fields for miles around. But I'm glad the sun's still shining anyway. Literally don't know what that is over there. And we're being guided. We're being guided by police. There was a big road leading out of it up here, and at the bottom there were police there. So I don't know if it's. I'll have to have a look up on the map later what what it could be. See the ocean off in the distance. Oh, I'm getting excited. Getting excited now. Nearly there, not got long to go now. Finally was I glad to have made it off that coach. It is now 5:30. A full day of travelling, which is a wasted day to me. Being on a bus all day long is no fun. I'd much rather be walking. Well, I say that when I'm knackered, I'd much rather be on a bus, but anyway, could you guess where I am or where I'm heading to from them small little clues that I give you? I am in Whitby. I'm in Whitby. So the last time, guys, on my last trip, I finished my journey in Saltburn, which is 10-20 mile up the coast from here. So I've only missed out a little chunk by going home and coming back and restarting again. Only missed out a small portion of the coast. Never been here before. Never been here before. I know some of my family have, and some of you in the comments on my last videos were excited for me to come here. You were all putting, oh, you're heading down to Whitby, Whitby's lovely, and you know, a few of you were getting excited for me, and I'm excited to be here. But now the question is, because like I say, it is 5:30, I want to enjoy Whitby for a bit. I want to enjoy Whitby for a bit. So I don't normally, when I arrive somewhere, I either go and find a pitch to go and set up my tent, or I move on to the next place. I want to stay in Whitby. So obviously I've got a couple of hours of daylight left. You know what I mean? Got a couple of hours left of daylight. So I think I'm going to stay here for tonight and enjoy Whitby for at least the next couple of hours, and then maybe tomorrow morning. But I still obviously need to go and find somewhere to pitch up my tent. So where that'll be is anybody's guess. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to end it there and come back for the next upload to find out where I end up staying in Whitby and where my next adventure is going to take me to. Bye!